Good afternoon, John O'Flaherty, the B3 burner, and once again we have some gear to open up. This is going to be a music stand for the Hammond XK-5 organ. So we have our box cutter and my cup of coffee. And now let's get started. You know the procedure. More talking, less cutting. Actually, it should be the other way around. But you know how I am, I get wordy and verbose. But I'm really anxious to see what is in here. I mean, it's a music stand. It shouldn't be any bigger than this. Why does it need a box all the way like that? So I am about to find out. Well, we still have to cut it lengthwise. All right. So here we go. And we have bubble wrap. It's almost all bubble wrap. What were these guys thinking? Look at all of this. A lot of bubble wrap. Oh, more Tootsie Rolls. Courtesy of Sweetwater. They always like to give me candy. It's the candy that's free and the product that costs money, not the other way around. I mean, look at this. Take a look inside. It's a box in a box, but a really extreme, exaggerated case of it with all wrapping. From a conservation standpoint, that just doesn't make very much sense. I don't understand. They could have used a much smaller box. Oh, this is what it should have shipped in. And that's more what I was expecting. And these are some nice big bubbles to pop. Oh no, they're spongy. You can't pop these. How unsatisfying. Let's put this up here. Being careful not to knock over my cup of coffee. It's my Dalmatians cup. 101 Dalmatians. Oh, the packing slip. They have the original order date written down. Today is November 13th, 2023. It's Monday. The order date, the original order date was July 24th, 2023. So this is almost 4 months in the making. The quantity is one model A3/XK-5 music rest. The first part is opening it in the kitchen, and the second part will be installing it or mounting it on the organ in the music room. Why do I need a music stand when I don't read sheet music? Well, several reasons. One, I don't read sheet music, but I do read tab. I do read chord notation. Secondly, it's a nice piece of furniture or accessory that is designed, the wood is designed to match the organ. So it's going to look good. And the closer we can come to making this look like an actual Hammond organ, the better. Now the only thing I'm missing is the bass pedals. A lot of packaging. A lot of packaging. My God. All that big box for this. And now I'm going to grab the music rest and I'm going to open it up. So we have a few more items that need to be carefully cut, very carefully so as to not scratch the wood. Let's first of all cut here. It's taped in 3 sections. So let's get it here, very carefully. Here's one piece of it, the base. And here's the top. If I'm not mistaken, it would seem that this is the groove that it locks into. So let's see. We're going to go down like this. And it would appear that it can go either way. Let's turn it around. That's the back of it. It actually faces this way. And it would appear that if you look at it, this is the front. And it doesn't matter which direction you put the stand in, it's always going to lean back. So this is where you put the sheet music. Our next stop will be the music room, where we will mount it to the organ and see how it looks. My fear is that it's not quite the same color. This wood looks a little too dark, but it does look good. Stand by. So now we're in the music room, and let me walk back to the kitchen and get the stand and bring it on in, and I'll be right back. Hold on. And here it is. Now the question is, how does it mount? You can see the edge here. Here, I'm going to put this down here for a second. That's the width from here to here, and I presume it's going to fit right in that groove. So let me back out, put this back a little bit, and we have it here. And what I'm going to do, show you how I'm locking it in place. And there it is. It's a perfect fit. These grooves or these edges match perfectly with the distance from here to here. And that's what it looks like. The coloring and the wood grain is a little different. This is decidedly more reddish brown and has very little graininess to it. This piece is fake wood and kind of has an overlay. This is decidedly more of a dark blondish brown and definitely has very parallel linear wood grain to it. I don't want to say it clashes, but it's certainly not the same exact color. Color matching is debatable. On a scale from 0 to 10, I would maybe give it a 6 or a 7. It's good looking wood, but I just don't think it quite matches the organ. Now my only concern, and understandably so, is reaching for the drawbars. And how is that going to work with that little lip? There's a gap of about 0.02 of an inch. Yeah, we can reach in here and grab these no problem. Why don't we get in here, show you what it's all about from a aesthetic standpoint. There she is. Now let's get a piece of sheet music or a piece of chord chart. There's a music binder. Is this wide enough for a binder? I hate to scratch this with metal clips, but if you look, it does work and it does its thing. Ideally, you would want to pull a single sheet out, let's say, mount it like that, and then it's a single sheet of paper. Or like I just did, put the whole book up here. But that's it. The music stand to dress it up and make it look better. So I'm John O'Flaherty, the B3 Burner, and that's it for today.